Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day to everyone who watch this video. My name is Muhammad Bahtiar, and today I will complete my cross-cultural understanding midterm test, which is the presented something. My title is How Language and Culture Influence Intercultural Communication. My name is Muhammad Bahtiar. Let's begin the video. Here are the topics that will be presented today. The first is intercultural communication, and the second is the relationship between language and culture. First topic, international communication. We will explain what is intercultural communication, what are the challenges of international communication, and the example of international communication. What is intercultural communication? Intercultural communication involves the exchange of information and ideas between individuals from diverse cultural backgrounds. It requires understanding and respecting cultural differences, adapting communication method, and effectively interacting in various cultural contexts. According to Dean E.N. and Siregar F.L. from 2021, intercultural competence in intercultural communication is essential for navigating the complexities and diversities of global interaction. Challenges in intercultural communication. According to 2NTA from 2024, there are several challenges faced in intercultural communication. The first is language barriers. Language barriers, differences in language or vocabulary can lead to misunderstanding, misinterpretation, or difficulty expressing ideas clearly. And the second is different communication styles. Some cultures value direct communication, while others prefer indirect or polite forms. This can cause confusion or misinterpretation of tone and intent. Example of intercultural communication. For example, in a classroom, students from different linguistic backgrounds may have difficulty understanding instruction, expressing ideas, or participating in discussion, which can lead to misunderstanding between classmates. According to Liu Ji from 2024, the misunderstanding happens not because the student doesn't know the concept, but because of the language difference and difficulty understanding specialized vocabulary. The second topic is the relationship between language and culture. We will explain what we will explain about the relationship between language and culture. We will also explain the example and we will analyze it. How language and how language reflect and shapes culture. Language reflects and shapes culture because it shows how people in society think, live, and communicate. In his research, Islami ZR from 2023 says that the way people speak, the word they use, and even their tone of or formality often reflect what their culture considers polite, respectful, or important. Examples of how different cultures express values, politeness, or identity through language. According to Yin et al. From 2024, language and culture are deeply connected. The way people speak, how show respect, and express themselves reflect the values and beliefs of their culture. For example, in Arabic speaking countries, people often say Inshallah, or God willing, or Alhamdulillah, or praise to be God in daily speech. This shows the deep influence of religion and faith in everyday life and communication in Arabic speaking country. And then we will analyze how misunderstanding cultural language use can lead to communication problems. According to Ari Riguzo from 2022, misunderstanding cultural language use can significantly impede effective communication, leading to various problems across different contexts. For example, a teacher from the United States asks a student from Japan to share their opinion in class. The student stays silent and looks down, which the teacher interprets as lack of interest or understanding. However, In Japanese culture, silence and avoiding eye contact can be a sign of respect toward authority, which is the teacher. The student actually understood the lesson but chose to stay quiet out of politeness. And then we will continue to part two, which is case study. There are three case studies that we will be explained in this video. Here are case study one, scenario one. Team of employees from Indonesia, Germany, and Japan are working together on a joint technology project. During meeting, the German manager often gives direct feedback. The Japanese members remain silent when they disagree, and the Indonesian team tries to avoid confrontation to maintain harmony. After several weeks, communication starts to break down. Deadlines are missed and misunderstanding occurs. The question is, first, identify and analyze the main cultural barriers in this situation, like use how fits or cultural dimension as supporting theory. Second, provide data or evidence, example statistic, or another example of cultural difference in communications. And third, explain how cultural misunderstanding affect teamwork and decision making. And last, suggest three practical strategies to the team. Here are my answer. For number one, the main cultural barriers come from difference in communication style and cultural values. Based on of state, Germany is low in power distance or PD and individualistic, valuing directness and open debate, while Japan and Indonesia are higher in PD or power distance and more collectivist, valuing harmony and respect for hierarchy. Number two, in practice, Germans often use clear and direct language, while Japanese and Indonesian rely on indirect cues, silence, or context to communicate disagreement. Cartman BL, in his research from 2017, shows that Germany has one of the lowest power distance score, which is around 35, while Japan 54 and Indonesia, which is the highest, 78, much higher. Meaning Asian members are less likely to challenge authority openly. Germany is highly individualistic, which is 68, 67%, while Japan, 48%, and Indonesia, 14%, are more collectivist. The answer to number three is cultural misunderstanding affects teamwork and decision making by creating confusion, low trust, and poor communication. When Japanese or Indonesian members stay silent to maintain harmony, the German manager assumes everyone agrees, so problems remain unspoken until deadlines are missed. And to answer number four, practical strategies. First is establishing clear communication norms. The team should create clear communication norms, like confirming agreement verbally or in writing, and stating that silence does not mean consent. The second, use structured feedback and follow up. Meeting can use structured feedback and rounds or follow up surveys so everyone can share their opinion safely, even privately. And third, provide cross cultural training and mentorship. Short cross cultural training or buddy system can help members understand each other's styles. Here are case study two, scenario two. An Indonesian furniture company, Tropical Craft, is expanding to the European market. The company's marketing team creates advertisement emphasizing family, values, and community spirit. However, the campaign received little attention from European audiences who view the ads as overly emotional and lacking professionalism. Thus, are first analyze the cross-cultural communication failure that occurred in this case. Second, use marketing or communication data, example difference in advertising preference between Asian and European culture to support my answer. The third, explain how cultural values such as collectivism or individualism or high context or low context communication influence the campaign effectiveness. Fourth, propose a revised marketing strategy that would be more culturally appropriate and appealing to European consumers. Here are my answer for number one. The failure occurred because Tropical Craft's marketing message, which emphasized family and community values, reflected Indonesian culture's norm, but did not resonate with the European audience. As a result, the ads felt sentimental rather than credible or relevant to European viewers. Second answer is research show that Asian advertisement often highlight group harmony, family, and emotional storytelling, while European ads focus more on personal achievement, product quality, and individual benefit. For example, a study by FAM-TT from 2022 found that Western, or in this case European and American ads, emphasize rational and individualistic appeals, whereas Asian ads use emotional and group-oriented messages. This difference means that marketing strategies effective in Indonesia may not engage European consumers in the same way. And the third answer is cultural values like collectivism versus individualism and high versus low context communication strongly shape the campaign's impact. Indonesia's collectivist and high context culture values emotional connection, shared identity, and indirect messages, so ads often focus on warmth and relationship. In contrast, most European cultures are more individualistic and low context. They prefer clear, factual information and direct communication. Therefore, European audiences saw the campaign as vague and overly emotional rather than persuasive or professional. And number four, to appeal to European consumers, Tropical Craft should design a marketing campaign that highlight quality, design, and individuality rather than family and community. Ads could feature a modern aesthetic, product durability, and sustainable material, which is values that align with European priorities. And the last scenario is this. During a business negotiation between a US company and an Arab client in Dubai, the American representative repeatedly checks his watch and maintains a wide personal distance. The Arab client interprets this behavior as impatience or disrespect, leading to a tense atmosphere and a failed negotiation. The task is first, identify the nonverbal communication issues that cause misunderstanding in this situation. Second, present data or research finding, example, cultural norms related to time perception, personal space, or gesture in American and Arab cultures. Three, explain how nonverbal signals differ across cultures and how they influence trust and relationship building in business. And four, recommend communication strategies to prevent similar issues in future cultural meeting. Here are my answer. First, the misunderstanding arose from differences in time perception and personal space. The American representative habit of checking his watch, which is common in the US business culture to show punctuality, was seen by the Arab client as a sign of impatience or disrespect. Additionally, maintaining a wide personal distance, typical of Western norm, was interpreted as coldness or lack of interest in Arab culture, where closer physical proximity often signals trust and sincerity. These contrasting nonverbal cues created tension and damaged rapport during negotiation. Second, studies show that Americans value monochronic time orientation, focusing on punctuality, strict scheduling, while Arab cultures follow polychronic orientation. Al-Harbi et al. 2021. Viewing time as flexible and relationship as more important than deadlines. Research also indicates that Westerners typically maintain 2 or 3 feet or 4 to 5 meter personal distance, whereas Arabs often prefer closer proximity and more physical contact. A recent study by Allen and Brett from 2020 found that misunderstanding in international negotiation often stem from such cultural differences in nonverbal behavior and time management. The answer for number three is in the US, direct eye contact and time efficiency suggest professionalism and confidence, while in Arab cultures, warmth, hospitality, and relational closeness are essential for building trust. Misinterpreting these signals can make one party seem rude or disinterested, weakening mutual respect and cooperation between. business policy. Uh, Number four, prevent similar issues. Both sides should practice cultural awareness and adaptation. The American representatives should show patience, avoid checking his watch frequently, and allow for small talk before business discussion. The Arab's client preferences for closer proximity and personal connection should be respected. Both parties can benefit from cross-cultural training, using interpreters or cultural relation if needed. Here are the reference used in this presentation. There are 10. And that is the end of this presentation. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.